Good morning and welcome to the Breakfast Rundown with me, Zulfick Farzan. It's Friday and it's a very gloomy Friday morning. But that does not dampen the news stories that we have lined up for you this morning. Starting off with Budget 2026. Sri Lankan President Anura Kumara Dissanayake, serving as Minister of Finance, will present the nation's 80th budget to Parliament this afternoon at 1:30 p.m. This marks the second budget under the leadership of the National People's Power or NPP government. The budget outlines an ambitious expenditure plan of 4,434 billion rupees for the fiscal year 2026, reflecting the administration's priorities in economic recovery, public welfare and institutional reform. Now, the appropriation bill, which details the allocation of funds across ministries, was tabled in Parliament on October 26 by Deputy Finance Minister Professor Anil Jayantha. The largest allocation, 634 billion rupees, is earmarked for the Ministry of Finance. Now, here are the other key allocations: 554 billion for health and mass media, 455 billion for defence, 618 billion for provincial councils and local government, 596 billion for public administration, 301 billion for higher education and vocational training. Now, the budget debate will unfold in three phases. The second reading of the debate will be from 8th to the 14th of November, with the vote scheduled for November 14th at 6 p.m. Then comes a committee stage debate that will go on from November 15th to December 5th, spanning 17 days, including 3 Saturdays. Then finally, the third reading and the vote, 6 p.m. on December 5th. Now, the Department of Meteorology has issued a weather advisory warning of intermittent showers and thunderstorms across several provinces in Sri Lanka today. The western, Sabaragamu, central, northwestern and northern provinces, along with the Galle and Matara districts, are expected to experience showers or thunder showers at times, with fairly heavy rainfall exceeding 75 millimeters likely in some of these areas. Now, elsewhere across the island, afternoon showers or thunderstorms are forecast after 1 p.m. with rainfall exceeding 50 millimeters possible in localized regions. Now, authorities are urging the public to take adequate precautions against temporary strong winds and lightning strikes that may accompany these thunder showers. Now, moving on, the first phase of the third school term for government and government-approved private schools concludes today, according to the Ministry of Education. The second phase of the term will commence on December 8 and continue until December 19, marking the final stretch of the academic year. Now, meanwhile, the GCE Advanced Level Examination is scheduled to take place from November 10th to December 5th, with thousands of students across the country preparing to sit for one of the most crucial exams in Sri Lanka's education system. Sticking to the school system, starting from the first school term of next year, Sri Lankan school hours will be extended by 30 minutes, with classes continuing until 2 p.m. This is according to Education Ministry Secretary Nalaka Kaluava. Now, this change is part of a broad education reform initiative targeting grade 1 and grade 6, which will introduce a new curriculum structure focused on activity-based learning. The reform is designed to enhance classroom engagement and reduce the number of daily periods to allow for deeper learning experiences. Now, Secretary Kaluava clarified that the National Institute of Education had initially recommended a 1-hour extension, but practical constraints led to a compromise of 50-minute periods and a 30-minute extension to the school day. Now, regarding break times, the ministry had considered introducing 2 breaks, but feedback from teachers highlighted logistical challenges. Now, as a result, schools will be given flexibility to manage break times, with a single break being the recommended default. Now, the National Water Supply and Drainage Board has announced a 12-hour water cut in several areas of Negombo from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. due to urgent maintenance work at the Periyamulla water tower. Now, here are the affected areas: Periyamulla, Etukala, Kudapaduwa, Dalupota, Kattua, Lewis Place, Sellakanda Road and Valla Street. The National Water Supply and Drainage Board has urged residents in these areas to store sufficient water in advance and use water sparingly during the interruption period. Now, a pivotal gathering will take place this afternoon to elect the next Diya Vadada Nilame of the Sri Dalada Manigrava, or the Temple of the Sacred Truth Relic in Kandy. one of the most revered cultural and religious institutions in Sri Lanka. The selection meeting, presided over by the Commissioner General of Buddhist Affairs, will be held at the Senkadagala Buddhist Centre in Kandy. Now, among the 7 candidates vying for the prestigious post is Pradeep Nilangadala, the current acting Diyawadana Nilame, along with Basnayaka Nilame Daminda Bandara Uduravana of the Katarigama Mahadevalaya and the Paskama Srinatha Devalaya. Now, a total of approximately 265 eligible voters, including members of the Mahasangha, will cast their votes to determine the next custodian of the Temple of the Tooth. Now, since the colonial era, 19 individuals have held the position of Diyawadana Nilame. The individual elected today will serve until 2035, overseeing the temple's administration, cultural preservation, and ceremonial duties. Now on to international stories. Tesla's shareholders have voted in favor of a compensation plan that could see CEO Elon Musk become the world's first trillionaire. That's right, the world's first trillionaire. The potential incentives were laid out in September, and the company's shareholders have agreed to allow this all-or-nothing package for its chief exec, who spent the first half of this year decimating the US federal government rather than working on any Tesla-adjacent projects. The compensation plan lists several targets that the company must reach for Musk to reap the vast rewards. Tesla must reach a market value of $8.5 trillion compared with its current worth of about $1.4 billion. Other requirements are metrics based, such as selling 1 million robots with humanoid qualities, while others are strategic, such as establishing a succession plan for future Tesla leadership. Musk also has a lot of other irons in the fire across SpaceX and XAI, so the incentives may be an effort to keep the CEO focused on generating more money for this specific group of supporters. Now, Typhoon Kalmegi made landfall Thursday night in Vietnam, bringing heavy rain and powerful winds to several central provinces. Gai Lai province has 13 wards and communes under warning for extreme strong winds of level 11 to 13, gusting up to level 15 to 16, a force that simple houses or tin-roofed homes cannot withstand. Strong winds are toppling trees, shattering glass, and blowing off signboards in many areas. Power outages have been reported in several parts of the province. Dak Lak province is also experiencing the direct impact of Typhoon Kalmegi. Weather conditions in Khan Hao province have also worsened, with heavy rain and strong winds keeping most residents indoors. Now, US-based employers cut more than 150 jobs in October, marking the biggest reduction for the month in more than 20 years. A report by Challenger, Gray and Christmas said on Thursday, as industries adopt AI-driven changes and intensify cost cuts. Tech firms led the job cuts in the private sector, followed by retailers and the service sector, the global outplacement company said in its report. Cost-cutting was the top reason for the layoffs in October, followed by artificial intelligence, while DOGE impact or Doge impact was the leading reason for the job cuts in 2025. The layoffs in October surged 175% from a year ago to 153,074. And with that, we wrap up this week's Breakfast Rundown with me, Zulfick Farzan. We will meet you again next week. And until then, have yourself an amazing weekend.